Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am Julie and I'm 15 weeks pregnant with my 9th baby. And I have had many requests to do a video about the supplements that I'm taking for this pregnancy. I have mentioned on our family vlogs that I've been feeling really great this pregnancy. I had very little sickness my first trimester and I have just been feeling good with a reasonable amount of energy, even though I am homeschooling 8 other children and pregnant and still up at night. So I'm just going to show you what I have come down to when it comes to supplements. I have refined things a lot over the years to find my favorites, and I am settled. I am not changing. So I will put links to all of these in the description box. Let's get started. Okay, this is my prenatal. So I have tried different brands over the years and I keep coming back to this one. It is a whole foods supplement, and so the vitamins are going to be most absorbable to your body because they're in a whole food form instead of a synthetic vitamin form. The recommendation is 1 capsule 3 times a day. I do not remember to do that, let's just be honest. So typically I will take 1 in the morning and then 2 before bed. Or if I forgot the morning one, I'll just take all 3 before bed because I figure it's better to take it at the wrong times than to not take it at all. So let me show you what these pill sizes look like, because I know when you're pregnant that can be kind of a make or break thing. These are a reasonable size. I know I had one prenatal that was huge pills and just felt overwhelming at the time. But these are just a normal capsule size. I like these because they are they're non-GMO, they're gluten-free. They are vegetarian capsules if that's an important thing to you. And I took these even before I was pregnant. In between Lydia's pregnancy and my current pregnancy, I just went ahead and kept on taking these because I was breastfeeding that whole time, and I just figure, you know, with my age and being on my after my 8th baby, that my body probably just needed some extra nutrients. So I never stopped taking these, and maybe that's part of the reason I felt so great right off the bat. My next really essential one is by the same company, Garden of Life, and it is their iron. I get very anemic when I'm pregnant. I think my iron is kind of low all the time, but when I'm pregnant, it just it really drops. In fact, the way that I knew I was pregnant with Lydia was that I blacked out. I wasn't taking iron whenever I first was pregnant with her, before I knew I was pregnant, and I ended up just, my iron dropped so low in those first couple weeks that I got really dizzy and just blacked out. And that's how I knew, oh no, I must be pregnant. So since that episode, again, I have not stopped taking iron. Like, obviously my body really needs it. And so if you do need extra iron, this is the one I have been using. For all of my other pregnancies, all 8 pregnancies, I used Floradix. And I have talked about that here. It is a liquid iron. And again, it's from Whole Foods, so it's a very excellent iron. My last pregnancy, when I was taking it, I had to take so much of it, and I was just drinking it straight because I didn't mind, and it actually stained my teeth. My teeth got to be like a greenish brown, and I was kind of freaking out. I didn't know what was going on, and my midwife said, you know, that can stain your teeth. And so I didn't realize that. I switched to taking it with a straw instead of just drinking it straight. But since then, in between the pregnancies, after when I was just breastfeeding Lydia, but I still wanted to take some iron, I discovered that Garden of Life had an iron supplement. This is a lot less expensive than Floradix. I was having to take so much Floradix that I was spending, it was between $50 and $60 a month that I was spending on Floradix, and this is under 10 bucks if I'm remembering right. So big price difference, and I was just kind of testing it out to see if it was going to be enough for me. And when I went in and I had my blood prick for my iron level, I was at a good level. So this did work for me. I take one every night, and then if I'm feeling a little bit fatigued, I'll also take an extra one during the day. Some days I miss, but you know, for me, for my iron level, 2 a day would be ideal. But you know, again, you do what you can do. Another thing that I took in between pregnancies and my current pregnancy is a cod liver oil. Wow, I've been doing some reading on omega-3s and how important they are for the development of a baby, for the brain, and the differences. They did studies on the differences of a baby that is born when the mom has had a good amount of omega-3 in her diet, or a baby who has not gotten that. It was a huge difference. It is incredible. I am blown away by these studies that I've been reading in my, what is that book called? Real Food, I think it's called. It's an older book. But even all the way up until helping with Alzheimer's. So it's just, you know, from the entire, every age of life needs omega-3s. And typically as Americans, we just do not get a lot of omega-3s in our diet. My dad was saying that he takes omega-3s for cholesterol. I mean, it's just, wow. Just go get an omega-3 supplement, whether you're pregnant or not. Your body's going to thank you for it. My midwives did tell me that in the last month, I think, before the baby's born, that I should stop taking them just for that month and then start again. So I can't even remember why it was something about, oh, I shouldn't be telling you this. I don't remember. Check with your midwife or your doctor, or maybe not your doctor. They might not even know about omega-3. Find a good source of why for that last month. I'll ask my midwife to tell me again and then tell you in another video. But anyway, this is lightly lemon, and I do not have a trouble with like a fishy taste with these, and I just take one a day of these, so works for me. I do take extra vitamin C because especially with all the stuff that's going around, having enough vitamin C is important. Also vitamin D drops, 1 vitamin D drop a day. I didn't include that here, but just in general health, whether you're pregnant or not, those are things that can help fight viruses. And this does not have a huge amount of vitamin C in it, so I do take an extra vitamin C. This is a brand, if you're ever just generally looking for a brand that you know is a quality brand when you're searching on Amazon, I used to work at a health food store, and so I heard these things over and over again from my very knowledgeable boss, who was just so incredible. And so this was one of there were quite a few brands, but this was one of them that they did third-party testing, so they had an independent company come in and test to make sure that their supplements were what they said they were and of the accurate quality. And so if I'm ever in doubt, I just look for celery. And my last supplement is also by them. This is vitamin B6. Now I'm not taking this so much anymore. If this is something that is specific for morning sickness. So I'm just taking my regular B supplement. I should go get that. I forgot to grab it. Hey Elsie, could you grab me your B vitamin? Thank you. I forgot to grab that one. I thought this was my last one. This is specific if you're having a lot of nausea. This can help. This you could just take one of these a day, and it can really help with that. Man, it was so crazy this pregnancy. I had 1 week where I got really sick. It was like beyond morning sickness. It was like the stomach flu, and I could not get rid of it, and it was horrible. And when that 1 week was over, I have felt great ever since. I've had no nausea. Strangest thing. But this is something that I took that first trimester that was really helpful for me, and now I switched to this one. I've talked before about choosing methylated forms of B vitamins. They are the forms that are most absorbable for your body. So most vitamin B forms that if you just go out and generically buy a vitamin B, it's going to be a synthetic form that is hard for your body, especially some people really need those methylated Bs. And so this is something that I take in the morning. Don't take this before bed because it naturally gives energy. But this has been what I have been taking this particular pregnancy that I haven't taken before, and it's an energy-giving vitamin. So it's not necessarily just for pregnancy. I just kind of take it all the time. But I think that's part of the reason that I do have a lot of energy this time around, because it's not something that I've taken in the past. I also do not drink any coffee. Occasionally I will have like a social cup of coffee. It's not like I'm against it. I just am not a coffee drinker. And I think that has helped me actually. I think the more coffee you drink, it's like kind of messes with your adrenals, and so the more you crave. I don't know. For me, when I tried to drink coffee like regularly, I ended up feeling pretty sick. So I don't do that. Don't drink coffee. I do like to drink plenty of water, and if I want a hot tea, I will drink the traditional medicinals pregnancy tea. I think it's just called pregnancy tea. I could find a link for that as well, which is a really good pregnancy supporting tea. And then, which I'm about halfway, I'm in my second trimester, so I need to start this now. I don't do it at all in my first trimester because if you drink too much of the raspberry and nettle, it could early on, I was told it could kind of lead to miscarriages, and so I don't drink it in my first trimester. But raspberry and nettle tea, which I buy loose and I make really strong tea infusions, to take in your second and third trimester are super duper helpful. So it's not a supplement necessarily, but it, man, I have such great births. Everyone has been great. And I have, you know, I don't have a lot of bleeding afterwards. So it's just like a lot. These are all things that I really attribute to that raspberry and nettle tea, which you can buy. I buy it from a local store in bulk, and just, you know, strain the tea after I make it because I let it sit for a long time. But you could probably get it on Amazon or anywhere else, just a loose tea that you want to make a really strong tea. And so about halfway through my pregnancy, I start drinking like a big glass of that every day, all the way through. And I know that has helped with my great births and afterwards. Okay, so that's it. That's all I do. I chatted a little more than I planned. My pregnancy is going well. I actually went in, if you saw my video on our gender reveal, we accidentally found out the gender. We had wanted to, but didn't think that we could until December because I was so early. But when we went in to check on my dates, my due dates, she knew right away it was a boy. And so now we know it's a little boy. And I am due May 2nd was the date that she gave me. So it was about a week more than I had kind of thought in my mind. So that's good to know considering this is my 9th baby again. And I've been just feeling so good. I've been thankful. I've had a couple times where I've had bad heartburn. That's been no fun, but it hasn't been enough to be a problem. And just, you know, those other little complaints that you have once in a while, like some cramping, you know, the uterine cramping, just a couple times with that. I do get adjusted by a chiropractor once a month, so I know that's helpful. I'd probably go twice a month if I could, but we're on the once a month plan right now. And I'm not very good at getting exercise. Ooh, that's the thing I always tell my midwives. Like, I need to exercise more because it's the one thing I'm not good at. I mean, I run around after toddlers all day, but we live in a really tiny house, so it's like doesn't take a whole lot of running, you know? So that's a goal of mine, is just to get out and get walking. 'Cause like she says, it's better to just get out and walk a little bit than to not do it at all. And typically once you get going, then you'll think, you know, you realize that it's enjoyable and you'll do some more. So that is one goal of mine. I try to drink a lot of water because I know that's really helpful. And other than that, I'm just living my normal life, just doing my, you know, same old thing every day, and so excited about meeting this baby boy in May. I will give you another pregnancy update as I get further along. Thanks so much for sticking with me on this video, and I will see you very soon.